9:21 exactly, and we are now joined by Irfaan Mangera. He is a member of the Palestine Solidarity Alliance, and a big day for the supporters of the Palestinian people. We have a very, very special guest that will be in our midst, and a special program has been put together by the Palestinian Solidarity Alliance. Irfan, salamu alaikum, welcome to the program.
Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah. Thanks for having me and good morning to all your listeners.
Okay, a big event happening tomorrow, a very special event. We have this visitor coming all the way from Palestine. Tell us about the visitor and tell us about the event as well.
Yes, absolutely. So the PSA with Al Mizan, a organization that operates in Palestine, will be bringing down Muna El-Kurd. Um, she is a very young, um, prominent figure within Palestine currently, and she's been, and I say prominent, and I use that word uh, because that's the kind of personality she has become as an activist, as someone from a new generation of Palestinians who have been actively working to defy and the occupation and to fight against occupation. She's from the El-Kurd family. Her and a brother, I think, from earlier this year, have been quite have taken to social media quite significantly and raising huge alarms around the issue of forced removals from communities like Sheikh Jarrah in Jerusalem. So she'll be coming down with another Palestinian guest, and we'll be hosting her officially tomorrow. There's a media briefing in the morning in Sophia Town, which I think also speaks to the history of our shared legacy as South Africans and Palestinians of forced removals, and thereafter an event at the Constitution Hill where we'd be in discussion with her and with many other young people, young activists from South Africa who have been taking forward issues of justice.
Okay, and
So
the
the
good news,
yeah.
obviously, Irfan, is that Alhamdulillah, we here at Salam Media will be broadcasting this wonderful initiative, which is entitled From Jerusalem to Johannesburg. It is a program put together by you guys, PSA South Africa, with our special guest, Muna Al-Kurd. And as you have indicated, a whole host of other young South African activists will be there as well. And it's at an absolutely landmark venue. Tell us a little bit about the venue and tell us very quickly a little bit about the other activists that are going to be sharing the platform with Muna Al Kurd.
Absolutely. I think it's an important act of solidarity. When we say Johannesburg to Jerusalem, Jerusalem to Johannesburg, it's about an exchange of solidarity between such two cities that have a long history of fighting against oppression. And this particular venue at Constitution Hill is one that I think many South Africans know of, heard of, I think because of the Constitutional Court. But there's a history there of the women's jail, of, of the fort itself that played a monumental role. Today, it serves as a reminder of that pain, that memory, and it's important for us to recognize the power of memory and of history because it's where we learn from and where we can, carve our way forward, way forward. The panelists are phenomenal. We have Noor Ahmed, who is a young activist who works at in different spaces. She's also in the PSA. She's also in Amnesty International at Wits. She's in the climate justice movement. So Noor is a master's student in psychology, and she's going to be speaking on the issues of mental health and managing trauma, building a culture of compassion and care. We have Zahara Masomi, who's a member of the Kasara Youth Movement, and she's also a prominent activist within the University of Johannesburg, William Shoki, who is part of the Palestinian Solidarity Movement in SA, as part of the BS movement, and was former leader of the PSC at Saratoga, who is part of who's been doing really phenomenal work on political education, mobilizing young people against injustices, and then Noam as well, who's from the South African Jewish Jews for Free Palestine. And that there's an important element to this whole panel is that it's young people in the fight against justice, work in solidarity with Palestinian people, but also with young people across the globe who are facing injustices. So that's basically the gist of the program, and I'm really glad that Salam Media as well has partnered to make sure that this program reaches many more listeners who obviously can't make it to the venue, considering COVID restrictions as well.
Important events such as these. You are the facilitator there. Just in closing, Irfaan, tell us: is this an open event, or do people have to register some way or somehow? And those who are already attending, I should imagine they have followed the necessary protocols. But what about someone listening into us this morning and decides, I do want to attend? Is it open, and can they just come to Constitution Hill at about 2:30 tomorrow?
So there is an RSVP process. We have to obviously manage the capacity of the venue and so on. So those who are interested can register on our website, Palestine Solidarity Alliance website, and you'd find the registration link where you can RSVP. So once you do that, you should be able to get a response as far as availability of space. And if not, I think you are then welcome to join us there. But we're also hosting a few other events, and one of those would be Sunday morning at the Hike for Justice, where tickets can be booked on Quicket. The Palestinian Solidarity Alliance Youth League has been doing this, and it's also in a similar, it's less formal format, but allows people to engage with Muna as well, and a few of the other young activists who will be on that hike, but a less formal way of having those discussions as well.
Okay, and then when does Muna leave our shores? When does she return to Palestine?
So she still has a while. She's going to be, obviously, this weekend in Johannesburg. I think a little bit of and to also take